All right, we should be live. I don't know how this is working, and let me know how the audio is, y'all. It's player talk. Let's get it. All right, hopefully we doing okay. I see the signal's not too good. Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear me. See if I can see you guys in the chat. What's going on, Aaron B in the place to be? What's going on, player? Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. All right, let's get it. Hold on. Damn, and we dropping frames. 523 frames got dropped already. All right, now we green. All right, I don't know what's going on. All right, let's just get into it. Y'all hit the like button, support the show on the way in. Oh shit, I can do it this way. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, hold on, y'all. Cool. It's player talk.
Ruling campaign, Donald Trump is officially the president-elect, leaving more than 70-something million voters now asking, how in the hell did this happen? Joining me now is Paola Ramos, MSNBC contributor and the author of Defectors, The Rise of the Latino Far Right and What It Means for America, and Natasha Alford, senior vice president at the Grio and author of American Negra. Natasha, I want to start with you. The number of people who turned out in this election is actually overall lower than 2020 for both of the candidates. Trump is actually still tracking lower than his 2020 vote count, as is Kamala Harris. NBC had exit polls that identified what NBC has defined as, or calling an ominous development for Democrats. I mean, we only saw just 31% of voters that identified as Democrats turning out to vote, down from 37% 4 years ago. I mean, Natasha, is it the product that's being sold that's the problem, or is it the way that it's being sold to the American people the problem here?
I think one of the main things that we can look to in this moment is the power of the internet and the power of media consumption and the way that it's changed. Frankly, there were a lot of messages that were directed through legacy media that sometimes didn't reach people. You know, this is a different time that we're living in. And so you have people who have maybe cut the cord. They don't open the New York Times on a Sunday, but they do get their news from a WhatsApp group chat or they're on social media. And on the right, Republicans have intentionally and very, very carefully created disinformation campaigns, and they have filled that gap, so to speak, to reach people. And so often there were critiques of Democrats. There were critiques of the Biden-Harris administration that didn't have exact answers on the left, right? There weren't direct responses that could really match the disinformation and the effort to sway how people were thinking about this election. And so when people had to choose between the couch or coming out, there were some folks who weren't compelled enough. They didn't know actually how to make a decision between the two candidates. And the question of democracy being enough, doing the right thing being enough, for some of those voters, it just wasn't enough to get them out.
Paola, my friend, you and I have spent a long time leading up to this election talking about those disinformation.
All right, now, y'all hit the like button. It's still a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people are still discombobulated. Make sure y'all subscribe before y'all hit the poll. You know, a lot of people are still up in arms about Trump winning, the presidency. So these next 2 months is going to be crazy. Also, on top of that, I've talked about this so many times, till I'm blue in the face. But, you have, like, a lot of people that don't understand the importance or quality of presence. You know what I'm saying? Like presence. Like you have to have a presence. And what I mean by presence is, certain people, they have a presence. And when you don't have a presence, or no type of when you show up, people don't straighten up, or people don't know what they're gonna get when they're getting with you or whatever, and it's not just like reputation. It's not it's none of that stuff. Well, it kind of is, but that's not kind of where I'm going with it. Where I'm going with it is presence. You've seen and heard throughout this whole election. Oh, women can do it too, and blah blah blah, and we get that. A lot of women can do it too. Not knocking women for trying to be in positions of power, but it seems like the world understands this also, that Kamala doesn't have presence, and that's kind of what I was talking about. Damn near the whole election. It's like people are gonna play with you. They would play with the U.S. They will absolutely play with the U.S. and we would be on the way to to war. If she's in office. Make sure you guys subscribe before you guys hit the poll. Who will get blamed for Trump's victory? Make sure you guys subscribe before you guys hit the poll. We have a poll in the chat. Make sure you guys subscribe before you hit the poll. Okay. Now, like I've said, and like so many other people have said, that you have to put a premium on your presence. If you don't put a premium on your presence, it's game over. Got to put a premium on your presence. So as of today, family, it's some more of the same. Alright? At least you know what you're getting when you vote for certain people. What's going on, Nightish? Shout outs to you, man. Welcome to the show. Hold on, let me catch up with you guys. I'm trying to catch up with the comments. Shout outs to Nightish in the building. Make sure before you subscribe to this channel, after you subscribe to this channel, or before you subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Nightish's channel, man. Really good brother. Real smooth player right there. You did? Alright, but yeah, like I said, you got to put a premium on your presence, because when people don't know what they're going to get, or people will play with you. So, Trump got elected as the next POTUS, right? The former POTUS is the next POTUS, right? And, that Hamas shit is stopped. A dollar done went up, crypto's going through the roof, all kinds of stuff, he's not even in office yet, and all kinds of changes have already taken effect. All kinds of changes. So it's very interesting, y'all. It's very interesting to see a whole bunch of people crying and just running off the rails. Give me 1 second. We're going to get into his player talk.
Campaigns, especially on Spanish language media platforms. You've been pounding the pavement, speaking to the Latino voters, talking to them about these issues. You've written a book about it. You've done specials about it. And now when we look at all of these returns and we're seeing the number of Latinos and Latinas that voted for Donald Trump despite his racist rhetoric, it kind of makes me want to pull my hair out a little bit here, Paola, because not only is it voting against your best self-interest here, but Paola, explain how it is that this information was available and it could have been accessed. And yet we're sitting here having this conversation now when it's been something that we've been focusing on for a long time. I mean, I saw it happening in real time in Miami-Dade County.
I know you did. I think it's hard because it is a very hard and uncomfortable truth to face what is happening, to face the reality that over 45% of Latinos voted for this person, for the person that was actively promising mass deportations, actively promising to separate families and talking in such vile ways. And I think what's very important right now is not to just dismiss these gains as simply.
So what's crazy is You got a lot of people going in on black people. You know, a lot of people didn't look at the stats. You got a lot of people going in on black, not even black people, black men. Honestly, we got the majority of the sisters going on black men. You know, you said blame. How about blaming Kamala and Waltz? Right. Well, a lot of people with their right head on their shoulders, you guys are saying the person to point the blame at is Kamala. I agree. You know, I agree. I think the person to, you know, and then just all of the tactics and stuff that she pulled, I think that the person to blame is Kamala. But, you know, unfortunately, black men are getting blamed. Hold on. Black men are getting blamed, you know, for Kamala losing. You know, and the funny thing is that the majority of black men voted for Kamala. As a matter of fact, the majority of men in general that voted for Kamala were black men. So, you know, I'm trying to piece together why people are looking at the numbers, but yet the hate content is still coming from black women to black men. As a matter of fact, I expected black men to go off on other black men, which is pending. It's coming. But the majority of men in general that voted for Kamala was black men. So why are all of these women, especially black women, losing their minds on the internet? The Latino men, Latino women, a lot of people voted for Trump, but a lot of people also voted for Kamala. So this lets you know, this lets you know the temperature of your lady in America. You know, they're not going in on other people. And then if they do say anything about the Latina demographic, it's some, you know, some borderline deportation shit. And it's like, well, hold on. If you're making deportation jokes and all this other shit, oh, never mind. Let's get into it. Let's let it go. It's Player Talk Radio. Hold on. Let's let it go. We're gonna go deeper into this. Y'all hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Let's get it.
A result of economic anxiety. No, it's simply a problem of the Democrats. I think we have to dig a little bit deeper and have those uncomfortable conversations. This goes beyond the MAGA movement in politics, in my opinion. Right? This is really about Trump tapping into these very real racial and ethnic anxieties and grievances that as Latinos we carry. And through this movement, that in and of itself sort of was able to expose that we too can carry anti-immigrant sentiments, and we too can carry anti-blackness, and we too carry a form of traditionalism that really, really resonated with Trump's culture war message. And particularly, Katie, I have to say it because I saw it time and time again, particularly the anti-trans message. That message, of course, coupled with the anti-immigrant message, but the anti-trans message was able to invoke a very specific moral panic among some Latinos that felt so deeply threatened by the way that these patriarchal norms were suddenly evaporating in the United States. And I think that, I have to say, was very powerful.
Well, and I appreciate your honesty on that, Paola, because, you know, Natasha, conversely, we talked about this, you and I too, right, on my show. Running up to Election Day, the Democratic Party kind of in a tailspin, worried about losing black male votes. But in the end, the black men, and especially the black women, voted for Kamala Harris by the largest margins of any population. I mean, it's time, isn't it, Natasha, for people to recognize the disproportionate burden.
And the crazy part is that now you have other, and I don't know what is going on. I'm kind of borderline confused and thinking something on the back end. I think something on the back end is going on, y'all. Pause. Because when the hell did other races start giving a damn? And I think they're gonna start doing that now. To you know, buddy. But when the hell did other races start giving a damn about black people and who we voted for and how it turned out and what we're gonna do with, like, what? When did they start giving, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all, and I've been saying this for a long time. As soon as she wheeled out Obama's frail ass on that goddamn, that's when everybody lost it. That's when I start seeing white people coming out the cut like, fuck this bitch. This is when I start seeing Fox News throw her ass under the bus, start talking about her crazy. White people wasn't talking about her crazy like that, white man or white woman. If they were going to vote for Trump, prior to her bringing out Obama, if they were going to vote for Trump, they just didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? They kind of, you know, they didn't publicly say it. You know? You said, Wagwan, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What's going on, Duff, I can't pronounce your name, but what's going on, player? Peace to y'all. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. Hit the PayPal, hit the Cash App on the way in. Got some good game for you guys on today's show. Alright? Getting into it, going over a recap, alright? You know? Yeah, and then the crazy thing is that the white vote, you know, and then I'm looking at the numbers too. If you look at the numbers, I'm no mathematician by a stretch of the imagination. Trust me, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure shit out too. You know, studying bookkeeping, so you know I gotta get into numbers a little bit better, right? And then even with stats, just the raw numbers that you're seeing, those are just raw numbers. There's always a story. There's always a story and explanation behind numbers, okay? So always remember that. All right? You know, it's just it's not an estimate, but it's just a rough, you know, when you look at stats, it's just a rough, it's just a rough, what's the word I'm looking for? God damn. I'm having a brain fart today, y'all. It's just a rough estimate. You know what I'm saying? It's rounding. It's, you know, so the majority of men in general that voted for Kamala were black men. Okay? All right? Pay attention to that. Now, all right? Either this is a big ass line, either this is a big ass landslide, or America has spoken. Because if you look at there's a big ass gap in Kamala's numbers. There's a big ass gap. You know, I told y'all Trump was gonna win, and I told you guys I didn't think I did a lot of polls. Make sure y'all subscribe before y'all hit the poll that was up, right? If you guys were here. I did a lot of polls. And I was telling the people that was coming in talking about Kamala to basically vote for her. God damn it, Nightbot. Hold on, Al. I didn't even know what Al said. Hold on, let me put Nightbot in timeout for a little bit. My bad, y'all. Y'all can't be typing in all caps, because the Nightbot gonna get on your ass, alright? The Nightbot was voting for Kamala and it didn't work, so he mad. He gonna get on your ass if you get on in all caps. He gonna think you're yelling. Okay, so don't type in all caps. So anyway, y'all, damn, y'all just damn, this shit just threw me off. All right, hold on. Yeah, so anyway, you said we got the president in the Senate in the House. Nah, I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this, and I want y'all to look at it like this, all right? Either Trump won by a landslide, because a lot of people, if they went out there and voted, or just a lot of people just didn't participate. A lot of people didn't vote for Kamala. I was telling you guys when I was running my poll that you guys need to vote, because Trump won every single vote when I put up a cap. You know, when I put not a cap, when I put up a poll, he won every single vote. And then you had so many people coming in here talking about Kamala, so I'm looking at it like, okay, well, if you don't want Kamala to vote, why don't y'all go to the poll that I got up top and vote for Kamala? Trump won every single one of them. And I told you guys, I said, yo, y'all, shit, if you want to vote for Kamala, Go down there and vote for Kamala. But these polls here on YouTube will give y'all the game, because Trump won by a landslide on these polls. You know, these little small polls that I had on YouTube. So if he's winning by a landslide, I warned y'all. I said, don't think that this won't happen in the real world. Trump won by a landslide. Now, shout outs to everybody in here that's giving off the you know, some good game, good advice. Kamala is the reason why she lost. I will say that ultimately also. And her sloppy campaign. Obviously, she had a couple of months to put the campaign together. Yes, I get it. You know, preparation is this and preparation was that. But she had a lot of fucking money to actually put it together. She had a lot of money given to her to put it together. You know what I'm saying? For her campaign. So, you know, and she just kept trying to pander. So watching the white America and suburb America, in a lot of cases, in middle class America, turn on her ass because she brought out Obama. She was better off, like I said, she was better off bringing out Obama for them. Not to scold black men. So I want y'all to pay attention to that, you know, because you got white people more offended than black people. You got other races of people more offended than black men, who should be the most offended. How do they pick up on it and niggas don't pick up on it? I don't get it. Negroes do not pick up on it. Niggas do not pick up on shit. Because she still got 80% of your vote after that. 80%. Alright? 80. Read them and weep. So that's crazy.
And that's been carried by especially black women when it has come to having to save this country from itself.
The black community showed up consistently, in many ways, thinking about the interests of the country at large above anything else, right? And what I saw this week with our Griot commenters was just the sense.
Y'all hit the like button, support the channel via Super Chat, Cash App. Shout outs to the famous RH. Shout outs to you, player. You said Trump is the first president where his ancestors didn't own any slaves. Interesting. Very interesting.
Of exhaustion, this sense of, if we care and you don't, what more can we do? What more work can we do? With black men in particular, I actually think a lot of this was wishful thinking. I think it was Republican messaging strategy to make people jump on the story and think that black men were going to leave the Democratic Party in droves, to create a sort of permission structure for black men to think about that.
What's going on, Practicing Restraint? Practicing Restraint said, why would you blame other people? Why would you blame people for voting for Trump? People are tired of all the nonsense going on in DC. That's a good question. That's a good question, but I'm gonna show you why. That's a viable question. Really good question, but I'm gonna show you exactly what's going on. I'll show you why. Hold on. Let's get back into it.
But I think that this is part of a larger effort, right? It's not just the 2024 election. There has always been this narrative that you should leave the quote unquote Democratic plantation. So it's not a brand new recruiting effort. It's just a matter of how people are being reached. Now, there were some black voters who did see that attraction to Donald Trump and the divide and conquer strategy, this idea that you are somehow, different from other people, you deserve certain things. He played into all of those anxieties. And the one thing I'll say as somebody who's both black, African-American specifically, and Latina, right, is that when we have the Latino conversation, we have to talk about the complexity and diversity of the Latino community.
She making sure she get that accent off. All right, let's go.
Numbers of Puerto Ricans who voted for Kamala Harris versus the number of Cubans who voted for Donald Trump. These are two different communities, different histories. And so, as Paula said, race is a part of the conversation. The openness to white supremacy, this idea that, it's not disqualifying, all of that is baked into the caste systems that exist in some of these home countries. And so this is our time as media to make a nuanced sort of take a nuanced approach to the way that we cover Latinos, to stop lumping them together, to stop assuming that because somebody is Latino, they're not Black or they're not white. Tell these complex stories, and then we will not be as surprised when these results come out.
Paula, I do need to, amen, Natasha, you're right. But B, Paula, the other important thing is I have a fear. My fear is that we now retreat into silos where we kind of feel like we can't have the coalitions that helped lift all of us. And it's not because I don't recognize the hard work's been done disproportionately by certain communities. But my concern, Paula, is that without recognizing and being honest and having these conversations, that we now will just sit in our corners and say, you know what, I'm going to lick my wounds and you have to pick up the laboring oar now because I'm tired.
I don't think Democrats can afford that, and I hope that they will understand from these results that they have to dig into these conversations and have to understand, to everyone's points here, how race is at the core of all of this. My hope, though, is that something similar will happen to what happened when we saw, I'm sorry to use this word, but under Operation Wetback, right? Under Operation Wetback, what happened is that suddenly at the beginning, a lot of Mexican Americans that were at the beginning in favor of those deportations, within 3 years, they understood that those deportations also were affecting them and their communities and their mixed status families. And so from this form of...
What the fuck? Where did that come from? Have y'all ever heard of that? Where did that come from? Operation Wetback. Have y'all heard of Operation Wetback? What? Operation what? Y'all make sure y'all hit the subscribe button before you hit the poll. Who will get blamed for Trump's victory? 58 votes. 24% said the Hispanic vote. 29% said Black men. 38% says the white vote. Interesting. 9% says Black women. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. What's going on, Miss V? Have you heard of Operation Wetback? What? Oh shit. I guess there's other stuff and other variables that other people are taking seriously that we probably don't know. Operation Wetback. God damn. Okay. Shit. Okay. All right.
Darkness, the type of darkness that we are about to see, we will have to confront whether or not we feel compassionate enough.
What's going on, Prince P?
And driven enough to come together, and we're about to see the response to that.
Well, I like to say we all have the better angels, and I've got two of them I'm looking at right here. Natasha S. Alford, Paola Ramos. I'm so grateful, and this is the beginning of many conversations the three of us are going to have about how we fix this and we move forward.
That's interesting. That's actually very interesting. Operation Wetback. All right, so what am I talking about? Well, people are playing the blame game. Democrats playing the blame game. A lot of people are playing the blame game. 80% of black men voted for Kamala, more than any man on that list. Let's get into this. It's player talk.
violations, and I may offend some people with what I'm going to say, and I don't give a f. To all you Latinos that voted for Trump, I hope
didn't know
you
that,
master
Kev.
family. Whether you were here legally or not, you got to go. I hope he does that. To you black men who your fragile ego couldn't take a black woman in office, so you either voted for Trump or you didn't vote at all. The police will now have carte blanche to murder you right where you stand. And when
See? So sometimes you gotta understand if you sleeping with enemies. Who the fuck would say some shit like this? Okay.
they do that, there's not going to be no GoFundMe's. Don't ask your family to ask us for shit. Just die. They can't afford to bury you. Dig a hole in their backyard. It is what it is.
Wow.
But don't expect sympathy.
That's crazy. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
When they do that, there's not going to be no GoFundMe's. Don't ask your family to ask us for shit. Just die. They can't afford to bury you. Dig a hole in their backyard. It is what it is.
Wow.
But don't expect sympathy. Don't expect protest in the streets. We're not doing that. Black women, we're done with. We're done. We did our due diligence for this century and the next. We've done enough. We're not doing anymore. To you white women that once again voted against your interests, when your husbands start knocking you into the middle of next week and you can't do anything about it because no fault divorce is in play, I want you to take those black eyes and those busted lips as a personal thank you from Donald J. Trump each and every time you get hit. Take it. Don't look for nobody else. Don't ask for help. It is what it is.
Wow.
But don't expect sympathy. Don't expect protest in the streets. We're not doing that. Black women, we're done with. We're done. We did our due diligence for this century and the next. We've done enough. We're not doing anymore. To you white women that once again voted against your interests, when your husbands start knocking you into the middle of next week and you can't do anything about it because no fault divorce is in play, I want you to take those black eyes and those busted lips as a personal thank you from Donald J. Trump each and every time you get hit. Take it. Don't look for nobody else. Don't ask for help. Take your beatings. For all of y'all that voted for Trump, I hope you get exactly what you voted for. Because the only thing he did was make America great for the people that it was great for from the beginning, white men. That's what he did. He couldn't run the risk of whiteness no longer being the default, not being allowed to fail up. So when you're
like she's telling you that Trump couldn't run the risk of whiteness no longer be. Do you think he's thinking about that? You really think he's thinking about that? Like, who cares about this shit? Y'all hit the Cash App, y'all. Who cares about this shit? About to give y'all some good game on today's show. You really think he's thinking about that? This is crazy. These are the people, you know, it used to be a time, cause I was growing up hearing this shit as a kid, right? Not even as a kid, but you know how, like, in the black family, you know, you grow up Democrat. And you probably still Democrat to this day. You know, I'm not going to say all Democrats are bad. I'm not going to say all Republicans are good or whatever, right? But the majority of the kids grew up in a matriarch, you know? And, you know, mother, you have to ask your parents the permission to be a Republican, you know? Anyway, How does she know what's in the best interest of white women? You know? She's not really that smart. Also, too, on the back end, it's like, oh man, you have to get kicked. I don't know. Some of y'all ain't gonna last in this chat room. Nobody's saying you really think he cares about you. Just shut the fuck up and just listen to what the hell you clicked on. If you want to leave, leave, man. Stop asking me stupid ass questions. Let me finish what the hell I'm saying. You really think he cares about you? Like, you grow up, man. What I'm telling y'all is, you get told somebody's bad, you get told somebody's right, you get told somebody's wrong. Like, all of the stuff that you guys hear, like, we're acting like he wasn't our president before. We're acting like he wasn't our president before. You got full-fledged adults talking to other adults like they haven't lived through a Trump presidency before. And the reason why I brought up us being kids coming up in the matriarch and stuff like that, taking in Democratic propaganda before we even understood politics, is because they're still saying shit to you that will scare a child, like a boogeyman. You know, as a little kid, oh, he gonna put you back in slavery. That shit is like Santa Claus. You gonna believe that shit? You gonna run down there and oh hell no, everybody need to vote Democrat. You crazy if you vote for him, and you like, what are you like, what are y'all update your stereotypes and insults. You gonna be a slave if you vote for Trump. What are you talking about? You're a slave now. What are you talking about? And then the funny part too, cause you know, as kids, you know, you don't really have that much discernment. You still developing and shit like that. Look at the motherfucker telling you this shit. I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. Look at the assholes telling you this shit. And I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. If somebody is telling you something in a way that they believe that they're warning you, and they're really trying to scold you while telling you that shit, they believe in that shit. They believe in that shit. You know, shit, if I was built like a mammy and looked like one, I'd be scared as shit too if I really thought, if I believed in Santa Claus, or in this case, he gonna have you back out there picking cotton. You know? But this is the thing too, y'all. And I guess this can go into, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button before y'all hit the poll. I guess this can go into this term. So people were saying that there were Democrats in the House. There were other people in the House that was stopping Trump from doing a lot of different things. But now that the Republicans got the Senate, and all of his buddies are in there, and all kinds of other stuff is going on, that now it's going to be different. Now he has more power than the first election, so you're definitely not going to be able to stop him now. You know? Right, Spawn, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, what the hell is going on? And it's not even to make fun of the sister. It's not even to make fun of the sister or nothing like that. There's a lot of little factors here that's going on at play. Trust me, there's a lot of little factors that's going on at play, alright? 90 people in the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, support the show. Let's try to get at least 5 supporters on today's show. Y'all hit the Cash App. Support the show. It's Player Talk Radio. Hit the PayPal. Let's get it. Let's go.
You're bleeding out somewhere and there's a medical emergency and you can't get no help. Women who voted for him, don't take it. You just gotta die. If you got kids, they just gonna be motherless. It is what it is. You didn't give a so we don't give a That's just how it is. This isn't America anymore. I don't know what the it is, but it's not gonna be America. And if you think that Trump is gonna be in that office for 4 years, you're insane. because we about to be in a real live action episode of scandal. Because your next president is not Donald Trump, it's JD Vance. Because trust and believe, within a year, you're not going to see Trump anymore.
Muted. Oh shit. My bad, y'all. I didn't even know. What's going on, Monica? Thank you, love. My bad, y'all. I was talking about, you know, how. Thank you. I didn't even know I was muted. Thank you so much. Now I was talking about how, you know, if you look at what's going on here and what people are saying. Let's say Kamala was the second coming of Christ, right? Let's say Kamala was the second coming of Christ. Let's say she had the best policies. Let's say, you know, she was doing well. Like let's say she had the best interest of everybody, right? What I was saying was, all of the people that are talking on the internet and having meltdowns right now, you got to get mad at them, because those were the people that were representing you. You know, if you having meltdowns in your car and going crazy and blaming shit on people and stuff like that, you know, for people to look back and be like, these are the people she was representing. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. You know, most of the people, they were, and I'm not even gonna lie, the Democratic Party were targeting some dumbass people. I'm not saying every Republican was smart, but the Democratic Party, they wasn't even hiding it. They were like, look at this fool, look at this dumb motherfucker. I bet you I could get him to vote for me. They were on that type of shit. You know, if people were paying attention. And a lot of people don't care. A lot of people didn't care. The people that were going to vote for them. But the people that had the you know, because I got some good friends that were voting Democrat. You know, the people that had a good head on their shoulder and stuff like that, and it was like, yeah, this is a sound decision, I'm voting for Kamala. They didn't get represented. The shaming camps got represented. You know, and then even the Democratic Party leaned into the shit, because even as a Democrat, you should have been mad as hell she wheeled out Obama. You should have been mad as hell she wheeled out Megan Thee Stallion. You should have been mad as hell she tried to use Eminem, Glorilla, Plies, Cardi B. This shit done wheeled out half a hip hop on y'all, and it's like, bro, like what? So the Democrats should have been mad. And then Kamala, she is to blame. But you know who's going to get the blame for it? Black men. You know who's getting the blame for it? Black men. When 80, read them and weep, 80% of black men voted for Kamala. 80% of black men voted for Kamala. 80% people. I am so glad that she wheeled out Obama's frail ass. I'm so glad that she wheeled out Obama's frail ass, because white people, after they saw that, they said, "Oh yeah, we turning on this bitch." White people started turning up. After that Fox News interview, white people started turning the hell up. Come on, Nightbot. My bad, Swaggy. See, y'all don't type in full caps. Y'all don't type in full caps. Okay? And that's another thing, man. That's another thing. The Democratic Party is pro-slavery. Democratic Party is pro-slavery. Look at the women. Look at the women and what the hell they're saying about you for voting for the person that they wanted you to vote for, and you did it. 80%. Nothing's gonna be 100%, but 80% is a damn good number.
He's either going to be, and they're going to say it's illness or he died in his sleep. It's natural causes because he's old enough. Or they just going to let him spaz out and do the 25th. And that's when we're really going to be in the Handmaid's Tale. So I really hope all because he's old enough. Or they just going to let him spaz out and do the 25th. And that's when we're really going to be in the Handmaid's Tale.
Like, I gotta look at some of y'all. If you believe if you believe in this shaming tactic and what the Democrats have for y'all, because these are people that's representing the Democrats right now. Democrats have to clean house and regroup, because this is the thing. You know, if you believe in this shit, I'm just gonna look at you like you believe in Santa Claus.
So I really hope all of you who voted for him, you get exactly what the you deserve.
Drink the coffee; it'll make you feel better.
Wow. These feminists are crashing out online. They are losing their minds. This should be very disturbing to you, because just the amount of hate and ill wishing on everybody who she mentioned there is very, very, very concerning. Imagine if I got up here and said that about any group of women, because you disagreeing with feminists in our modern day is already categorized as hate speech, right? Having a different type of set of values, having more conservative values than a lot of these chicks, they'll look at you crazy. But I want you to see what a lot of these chicks are getting away with saying, wishing death on black men, wishing harm on other women who disagree with them. And I get it, the elections did not go your way. But do these chicks understand that this exact same mentality, response, is why maybe just why people think a lot of feminists are just toxic? I've personally spent most of this election speaking out against people who were like, divorce your husband because he may be voting different than you. There was a chick who didn't want to take her grandma to the polls because she was going to vote for Kamala Harris. And I'm like, man, hold on. Like, you're going to break up your family, treat your grandparents horribly because you disagree with their viewpoint on this situation, and they'll also wish death on them? That's ludicrous.
Wow.
Just take the L and drink the coffee.
Drink the coffee; it'll make you feel better.
Again, if any man said this on TikTok or any other very liberal social media platform, they would be blocked, banned immediately. Lastly, as much as the black men who actually did vote for Donald Trump, as much as they probably would love to take credit for all that, the exit poll data tells a different story. It shows that black men voted for Kamala Harris at like a 80% rate. So again, misdirected anger here. Now, that definitely doesn't mean that more black men aren't leaning towards more conservative values, but instead of saying, hey, 80% of black men stood up for us, you're saying shit like this.
Hey, kudos to the reporter that outed the black men who went and voted for Trump. What the is wrong with y'all? What the is wrong with y'all? Y'all are so money hungry for someone who's not gonna
Look at these fools, man. And shout outs to the sisters that voted for Trump. Look at these fools. And like I said, I explained it to you guys on past shows. It's like, you know, motherfuckers don't care about statistics unless it's going in their favor. Even then, they barely care. And I've always wondered why in it is a racial thing. Why in politics, because black people, a lot of families don't, but especially black people, we don't sit down with each other at no dinner table, nowhere. We don't sit down with each other and talk about politics. A lot of a lot of people shit, not even just race, like in the West. And I mean, I think, and maybe it's happened this year because it's one of the dumbest things to do. Like, for example, and the only reason, because everybody will tell you, I don't really talk about politics on my YouTube channel, but this year and the past couple of years, and every election year, I kind of make an exception. You know what I'm saying? Because I be damn near having to point a lot of shit out, right? So let me get the pointing something out that a lot of people don't think about, right? In the West in general, we don't talk to other people about our political stances. We just assume, right? We just assume, you know? Like if I say something about Trump and somebody gets offended or a woman gets offended at me, I'm going to assume she's a feminist. You know, we don't even pick each other's brain. And I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm going to tell you another deterrence and why. Most people talking about politics don't know what the fuck they talking about. They're just going off of some shit they heard. You know? But I'm talking about families, you know? Families, you know? Yeah, you can ask your parents, but you know what I'm saying? It's not like in the West you're like, oh, we're a Trump voting family. You know? Even in white suburb households, right? You will see that like the father probably is gonna vote for Trump, but the son or the daughter, they're like, oh, I'm kind of, leaning towards Kamala or Democrat, you know, like there's always some type of mix up. And even husband and wife and stuff like that, a lot of them, unless they've been together for a long time and maybe somewhat had conversations on politics and where each other stands, they really don't vote for the same people. Or say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna vote for this person, or I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of times we assume, a lot of times we assume people's political stances in the West, and then a lot of times too, a lot of people's political stances in the West, they differ from each other, and then also too, you gotta talk to people and pick their brain. In a lot of cases, because a lot of people are just mindless bots. Somebody tell you to go vote for somebody, it's like a CTA to them. It's like they don't even know why they're voting for certain people. They haven't done their history. They don't care about policies. And I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of female podcasts don't talk about no real politics. They just simply don't. You can't show me, other than with individuals, that most of these women that you will see on this screen will not hang out with. You don't look to a lot of the. Show me, tell me some credible black women or just women in general YouTube channels that you can find that really gets into it. I'm pretty sure there's some out there, but they're lone wolves. And the majority of their fan base are dudes. For example, What's her name? Damn, I just fucking lapsed on this woman's name. Damn. Oh yeah, my bad. I remember her name. My bad. I'm having a rough day today. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. I gotta show up even on the rough days, y'all, when my memory is lapsing. Damn, I just remembered her name and then forgot it. I keep calling her Courtney. Candace Owens. Candace Owens went in on Kamala. You know? Candace Owens was going in on Kamala. All the lies and all kinds of just debunking stuff left and right. Candace Owens. Right? But pay attention to Candace Owens. Pay attention to Candace Owens, right? Yeah, Candace. Yeah, I know you guys were going to say Candace Owens because there's a couple of them. There's the Amala chick. There's Candace. There's a couple of chicks out here, right? Yeah, and that's who I've been playing. Amala, what's going on, War Master? There you go. Yeah, Candace. Yeah, no. I know y'all were going to say Candace. I played a lot of Candace. If y'all been following the channel, I played a lot of Candace, right? There's not too many. There's only a handful, right, y'all? So pay attention to this, because Candace was going in. Amala, she kind of turned cold, but she followed up. You dig? You know, they kind of dog whistle to each other. But I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm about to say. You know damn well Candace Owens will not get along with the majority of black women. And especially the demographic and the majority, shout outs to War Master in the building. And especially the demographic of women that are going crazy over this Kamala thing. You know Candace will not be able to hang out with the majority of sisters. There's certain type of sisters she would be able to hang out with. These are the politics that are played in our community. You know that a Amala chick will not be able to hang out with the average sister. And probably wouldn't have no desires to go clubbing or hang out with the average sister. Or twerk on the internet and do some of the stuff that the average sister that's going to be voting for Kamala or that gets swayed, you know, would do. I picked up on this a minute ago with a lot of different topics that I cover. And not even just the topics that I'm covering, but the demographic, you know, that's associated with the topics that I cover. There's this fake feminist, because a lot of sisters are fake feminists. There's really no such thing as a black feminist, but we'll get into that a little bit later. That called for the eradication of black men and young black boys, that got kicked off of YouTube recently. That goes by the name of Cynthia G, right? She's been on YouTube for a long time. And she hangs out with like other divestors and all the, you know, it's a long story. Right? Long story, y'all. Now, she says a lot of flammable shit. You know, she says a lot of feminist rhetoric. You say you think my gain is a little too high? It probably is, because I'm on the third. Hold on, my bad, y'all. I listen to it on my phone, because I monitor it on my phone, because I also gotta assume that a lot of people are listening to on the phone. So if I get it down to 20, we should be good. Let me monitor this and see how we sound. Hold on, y'all. All right, and we should sound a little bit better. We should sound a little bit better. All right. Yeah. And we're in the green. All right. So let me know if I'm low or let me know if I'm high. All right. Shout outs to War Master in the building. Now, this woman said a bunch of a lot of sisters agree with her, right? A lot of sisters listen to what she says. A lot of what she says is the gospel to a lot of women. But guess what? The women that she speaks for, the majority of them would not hang out with her. And I'm going to tell you the truth. She knows this. Because she wouldn't hang out with the majority of the people that fucks with her content. But let me tell you the crazy part on top of that. Which is fucking crazy that nobody talks about. You know, a lot of people that leads women and a lot of people that leads the sisters and black people in general, you know, a lot of them don't like your ass. And that's not even the bad part. That's not the part you got to look for. The part you got to look for is if they know your ass. Because if they know your ass, they know how to get you to buy into shit. They know how to get you to participate in things that you normally wouldn't have. They know how to do certain things with you. Okay? But the bad part is that they won't think twice about poisoning you. Or not even. Keep you alive long enough to support their interests. Or what they got going on. I think a lot of us brothers and sisters have gotten to that point with the Democratic Party. Because the sad part is, because we're going to keep looking at these numbers and I'm going to keep nailing this home. Why? And if you look at America and the other races that participated in this voting, right? Hold on, damn it. Hold on, my bad, Amy. Hold on, let me, she said the American people spoke. Let me put Nightbot into timeout. Lord have mercy. He's getting on y'all with the captions. Y'all don't have to type in full caps, y'all. Alright, now look. That means that black people, Amy, hold on, take the full caps off, Amy, hold on, because Nightbot is gonna get on you. That means that black people are still buying into the Democratic Party, are damn near almost 100% invested in the Democratic Party. Still. You know? Still. That's actually scary. That's actually scary. That 80% of your men will vote or even got pressured or even got bullied into voting for this woman, and they showed up, and you're still getting cursed out. You're still getting cursed out. Alright? Hold on, let's get back into it. Hold on, y'all. This shit is throwing me off. Alright, let's get it.
Gonna give y'all any money. It was in the woodworks for Kamala to help you out. And you said he gave me $1,200 one time. I'll vote for him again. You hate black women. You can't say you don't now. You actively voted against black women. What the You were broke yesterday, you were broke today, and if that man wins, you're gonna be broke for the next years. Real broke.
The police gonna start killing you young one by one by one. They gonna start killing y'all and they gonna clock into work tomorrow because you're dumb, stupid.
See? And honestly, openly on the internet, how do this is not against policy violations? This isn't hate speech? So let me get this straight. You get called a piece of shit because you voted for Trump. But your woman can get on here and wish death on you. I've never seen a group of women that wish death on their man publicly like this. Publicly like this. I've seen a lot of feminists march and rally against the white man or whatever the hell they had a discrepancy with, but I've never openly seen them saying white men need to perish, and specifically how they need to perish.
That decided to vote for Donald Trump, and he gave the police immunity, which means that if they kill you, bitch, they can still go to work.
And the next time that a black man died at the hands of the police, the same black men that voted for Trump, I want y'all to be front line.
Like, look at this shit. And then it's so dumb. It's like believing in Santa Claus. They're trying to make it seem like, Trump the reason why racism exists. So what were black men dying for before Trump? You know? And I gotta warn y'all too, because these are the people that your children are around. These are the people that your children are around. So your children are growing up listening to this lie in the matriarch that they're being raised in. Your children gotta grow up and hear this shit. As kids, we've grown up and heard it. I've grown up and heard it. You know? Shout outs to War Master. War Master said we don't owe black women anything. Absolutely, but guess what? Look at what the numbers say. The numbers said that we showed up for them. We showed up for black women. Technically, 20% of black people are thinking with their head on their shoulders. And shout outs to the sisters. I think there was like 7 or 10% of sisters that voted for Trump. Shout outs to you. Spawn said the white man out to get us. Right. Right. What's wrong with them heifers, Mr. J? %80 of black men voted for Trump. Right, Lanky. What's going on, Bronze Flat Power God? Peace to you, players. Welcome to the show. Y'all hit the like button, support the show on the way in. Oh, I got some more for you. I don't got more, I got plenty. You know? Yeah, they don't take personal responsibility for their losses, Monica. And then that's the thing. We were gonna have to deal with a whole term of that. We were gonna have to deal with a whole term of going through that. A whole term. So that shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. There's a sister that I did find. I just can't find the actual TikTok. Give me 1 second. I'm going to do some research. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. Let's get it.
Front center.
Black women, it's just us. It's just us, and we have to lock in and organize together. I'm not talking about organizing politically. I'm talking about organizing every aspect of our existence, because no one is coming to help us. It's just us and these children. We need to organize off this app.
I want you to think about that real quick. Listen to what she's saying. This is how little a lot of these women respect black men. She's saying it's just us and these children, as in just us and our children. No mention of a husband, no mention of building a family, no. And the worst part is she's saying all this with a stat behind her that shows 78% of black men voted blue. Think about that. It's this mentality that causes failure. This lack of understanding how much unity and power there is in showing respect to your men. Congratulations to your men who did back you, but instead they're doing this.
Of any app, no Facebook group or nothing, anything that can be infiltrated. We know how to organize. That's why people come to us when it's time for a movement. Let's move for ourselves. And if there's another black woman who like, I ain't on that, bye. We're not spending another moment convincing anybody of our humanity. Where has that gotten us? We have the...
First of all, who comes to y'all for a movement? When Black Lives Matter's mission statement is basically a bunch of people and a bunch of women capitalizing off the deaths of black men, majority. The ambulance chaser crowd. And again, black men had to die for that to be a thing. Every so often you got a sister sprinkled in there, but like, come on now. Y'all are making money off the deaths of black men, and if you go look at, to this day, if you go look at Black Lives Matter mission statement, it got nothing for or about the black men that are being killed and unsubscribed from life. Shout outs to War Master. War Master said, I think dead people sat this election out. That's funny as hell. That's funny. What's going on, Chris G? Shout outs to my mods in the building. Y'all come through. Y'all come through. Hit the like button. Share this show on your channel. Support the channel. By the way, hit the Cash App. Thank you so much, War Master. I appreciate you. As always, I got so much stuff. I got so much stuff to run by you, man. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But a lot of the sisters, you know, think that people come to them for a movement. So we have a movement, a men's movement, not men's right that came from men's rights activists. That came from a lot of different, you know, collection of the men in the sphere, in the manosphere, and in different places, right? Called MGTOW. And it's an acronym called Men Going Their Own Way. MGTOW. Men Going Their Own Way. And then the acronym goes into a lot of different other stuff, like men guarding their own wallets and, you know, whatever y'all believe those you know, letters stand for you. But the original acronym is, and the only acronym that is recognized for the most part, is Men Going Their Own Way, right? So what came before MGTOW that nobody talks about is BWIGTOW. I know this sounds funny, but listen to what I'm telling you, because I'm going to be talking about this on another show, and I don't want you guys to be confused. Make sure y'all subscribe before y'all hit the poll real quick. Is BWIGTOW. BWIGTOW is an acronym for Black Women Going Their Own Way. Now, when did BWIGTOW happen? You know, when did BWIGTOW happen? BWIGTOW happened, some people say, during the civil rights era. Some people say before the civil rights era. You know? So, in a lot of brothers, black men, in a lot of their eyes, and just men in general, in a lot of their eyes, women have already emancipated themselves from you. They already said they're independent, they don't need you. They already, you know what I'm saying, said that, hey, we don't care, we're going to be government property. They've already slapped you in the face so many times. So they have already been enabled to do a lot of the debauchery that they've done on the internet. And you're not able to say nothing back, you know? You say, are those incel women? No, not necessarily. The term though, the term for it, right? The terms for it, Monica, is femcells. Okay? It's called a femcell. I know it's a lot of lingo, but when you listen to the definition, it makes sense. Alright? The term for that is called a femcell. So you have a lot of what's called femcells. So you have the term incel, which is supposed to be a term for involuntarily celibate, meaning that you're involuntarily celibate. Like you would like to be sexually active, but you know there's other factors and things that are stopping you, or you know, or you're having a hard time in the dating game, or you know, you're probably frustrated and you're not getting what you want out of dating, and this causes you to be involuntarily celibate. But when you're living in a climate where people are selling pussy and doing all kinds of debaucherous stuff, and you can pay for it now it's more so of a choice. You know, now it's more so of a choice. You might not be getting what you want dating wise, but to be celibate, you can go get a pro. So now it's more so of a choice. Now, the opposite of it when it comes to these femcell women are that they're femcells because they can get as much men as they want. They can get all the sex that they want. It's just that they're sleeping with less desirable men. It's just that they're sleeping with men that, you know what I'm saying, that that don't want to marry them. They're not marriage material. They don't get to participate in hypergamy. You know, they don't get to participate in hypergamy. They're locked out of a certain sexual value market. You know what I'm saying? Real nasty stuff. But guess what? They got some type of sweaty nigger on top of them, or man on top of them, and their hatred towards men hit home because they're still sleeping with men. They're still doing things with men. So they have a complex more so than just somebody that's not getting pussy. Does that make sense? This is why you have them out here crazy. And then a lot of times too, they simp farm. I got a term that I came up with called simp farming. Meaning that they farm up a bunch of simps. They farm up a bunch of yes men around them because, you know, so like it's like really weird. Like I gotta get into it with you because, you know, women will know what I'm talking about. You can have a group of men around you that fuck with you, but you don't give them no pussy. Then you have a group of men around you that are simps, but to keep them around you and to keep getting money from them and favors and stuff done from them, you gotta give them a little pity pussy every once in a while. You understand what I'm saying? So when we get into that conversation, man, that shit it gets deep because there's not too many people that can explain the type of complexes that's out here. You understand what I'm saying? But this whole election, a lot of women simp farm black men into voting for Kamala, and this is what you're getting. You know, this is what you're getting. Shout outs to War Master dropping the huge $20 on the Cash App and sponsoring today's show as always. Saying Kuda's Xbox hasn't seen him and has been lonely for 406 days. Lord have mercy, it hasn't been that long. Hasn't been that long. Actually, I'm on the verge of actually fixing that. Alright, we putting up more gaming content. Oh, War Master, this is what I gotta run by you. Thank you so much for supporting Player Talk Radio as always. If you don't want to download Mobile Legends, there's 2 other games that you can get. Hold on, my bad, Rudy. I gotta get fucking Nightbot tamed. I gotta fix that today. Let me write this down. Fix Nightbot. What's going on, Star P? We gotta get it tamed, y'all. I gotta tame Nightbot. Shout out to Star P in the building. Now there's 2 other games you can download. They're called mobile games. You can download Hall of Kings, which is actually pretty dope. Downloaded last night. Awesome game. Hall of Kings, or you can download ROV, which is also known as Arena of Valor. Really, really, really good games. We're gonna get to it in a minute, y'all. But let's get back into this. So I want y'all to understand where this anger is coming from. All right.
Organizational skills. We have the mental fortitude.
They're doing this.
Of any app, no Facebook group or nothing, anything that can be infiltrated. We know how to organize. That's why people come to us when it's time for a movement. Let's move for ourselves. And if there's another black woman who like, I ain't on that, bye. We're not spending another moment convincing anybody of our humanity. Where has that gotten us? We have the organizational skills. We have the mental fortitude and the know-how to lock the in and do what we need to do for ourselves and these kids. It's us.
Ourselves and these kids. No mention of uniting with the 78% of men who...
And I mean, it's the dumbest shit ever. Ourselves and these kids. Again, I told y'all, real feminists, most of them women had husbands. Those women went home to a loving husband while a lot of our sisters went home to a house full of fucking kids. Okay? And then this is the dumbest shit ever. If you have to look out for yourself and kids, don't you think included in the word kids is black men and black women? Like, kids means a race, black, of men and women. What's going on, Third World Colombian? Kids. Man. Selfish assholes. Right, say it again, Bron. Selfish assholes, man. I had to teach a lot of brothers. Shout outs to the real women, man, cause I know a lot of real good sisters, right? A lot of them are lesbian. A lot of them definitely are lesbian, Monica. You know, that's why I'm telling you, they're not. You know, the femcel thing is kind of an inside joke, but it got to be explained because a lot of them aren't. They're not locked. They're locked out of hypergamy and moving up in the sexual market, but they're really not. You know, if you're a woman nowadays and you're not utilizing the internet, it's crazy. Because honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If a motherfucker like Lizzo, and I don't mean to call her a motherfucker, I don't know why I'm saying that, but for the what? Damn, why am I having a fucking word fart day today? To add effect to what I'm talking about, to tell you how much they're sleeping on the internet. If you got people like Lizzo and fucking Gorlock the Destroyer, go look it up, you're gonna laugh, it's funny, that can get on the internet and tell you that they're a bad bitch and gloat around, you know, and like just you know, run amok and ooh, you know, and they can run around and act like Beyonce on the internet. Yeah, you're a decent looking sister, but you're having the internet right, because the internet made beauty all inclusive. The internet made beauty all inclusive, and so many women that aren't attractive can get on the internet and gloat around like they're attractive. I don't know if that has fucked up a group. Maybe we got to go into it, because maybe it's fucked up a group or demographic of women that appraise themselves and they're not gonna lie to themselves. You know, they're not gonna lie to themselves. Some women are probably like, you know, I am ugly and this is it for me. Because I mean, if you go look at the fake black pill brothers, right? They worship women. They're not really, you know, they worship women, and they have these stunted beliefs about their own damn selves. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even gonna lie, it might be harsh to a certain group of women, because the thing is that if you know you don't look like Beyonce, that could fuck somebody's head up. You know what I'm saying? That could fuck somebody's head up. But what I'm saying is, damn, I was gonna say something which was some more fire on top of this lava that I'm giving y'all. I'm always giving y'all some good lava. What I'm saying is, it's like this, right? You got a lot of brothers that don't believe in themselves. You know, they will get a BBL on themselves. You know, they will get a BBL on themselves. You know, hey, they will. But I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Right? Check this out. I gotta teach brothers and have taught brothers how to feel better about themselves. Brothers that don't believe in themselves. And you know, because society teaches women how to be selfish. I mean, you know, I gotta teach a lot of brothers about a woman's nature. You know, you would think it's a bad thing, because it can be a bad thing if a woman is selfish, because they have to take care of themselves, and then when they get pregnant, they have a whole baby in their stomach, so they have to be selfish to a certain degree. Female nature, you know. Nah, War Master. Tank be trolling, man. He stay asking for to support the channel. Tank never supported the channel. Tank be trolling. I had to kick him out one time. Tank, I didn't indefinitely ban you, but you still here, bro. But you be trolling, man. I gotta call you out on that. You do be trolling. All right. Shout outs to War Master. War Master said a lot of women are upset with the men that with the men they qualify for, especially black women. Yeah, that's kind of where, and you know where I'm walking it down to. Same thing. What's going on, Star P? Said these broads with the entitlement attitude are bonkers. Yeah, but I mean, they're supposed to be selfish to a certain degree. They're supposed to be selfish to a certain degree. You understand what I'm saying? You can't get mad at women for being selfish to a certain degree, but you can. You know? Alright, what is going on? Okay, here we go. Yeah, they're supposed to be selfish to a certain degree. There's nothing wrong with that. You know? But this is the thing, though. I gotta teach men and tell men that are observing selfish women that they can learn a lot from a woman's nature. Because why get mad at women for being selfish? Really think about it. Has anybody really talked to y'all about this? Y'all support the show. Why are you mad as a man getting mad at women for being selfish to a certain degree? Of course it can be unsettling, but think about it from a lot of their point of views. Right? Think about and then sometimes too, when it's coupled with the personality, it could be fucked up. I get it. But think about it. Think about it. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. This fucking signal is going in and out. Think about it. Think about what I'm about to tell y'all. Even though they do, she can't just sleep with any old body. She's damn near worried about herself 24/7. It's a circus going on in her head. She's overwhelmed by emotions. You know? Then you got the period thing. Right? Thank you, bro. I got you, bro. I got you. I appreciate you. Shout outs to the famous RH. I appreciate you, right? She gotta, I mean, a lot of women, it can be fabulous to be a woman. I'm not gonna put it past you, but it's honestly, it's constant management. You know, it's constant management. I get it. I'm so glad to be a man. It's constant management. And then look at that word, management. Man, menopause, men, woman, you know. So you gotta think of it like this. And then she looks at herself first, and then she judges the world on how, you know what I'm saying, it is for herself. And a lot of stuff that women do, they're actually right, because it hasn't really gotten articulated. You know, if she wants a man that will take care of her and do nice things for her, she wants to do nice things for herself. Remember, she's selfish. She thinks about herself 24/7. Women can afford to be selfish. Okay? Think about what I'm about to tell you. It's important, right? It's important. Right? It's important that... Alright, let me get you up out of here, Tank. Thank you, bro. But it's important that she finds a man that takes care of himself so that he can, you know what I'm saying, take care of her. You know? Why do you think women are attractive? Listen to what I'm telling you. Why do you think women are attractive to selfish men? You said, fun fact, in 2024, Kuda has not touched this. Oh my God. I've touched the controller. I've hooked it up to my phone. I've touched the controller. I gotta locate my Xbox. I haven't seen my Xbox all 2024. I think I know which bag it's in, but it's covered by a bunch of stuff, clothes and stuff, because, you know, I want it to be padded. You said, and this is another thing too, about men. We got a long way to go. I've been advocating for men for a long time. So if nothing says, hey, you know, let me subscribe and support this brother, I don't know what to tell you, because it's recorded. I'm gonna tell you some real shit. Y'all gotta look at it like this, man. I don't know why women are going off. At the end of the day, when anything happens, women are taken care of. At the end of the day, when anything happens, women and children are going to be taken care of. Now, some women are going to get locked out of the market. It's going to be fucked up for some women. But at the end of the day, women and children are going to be taken care of. I don't give a damn who's in office. That's the bread and butter of anything. Okay? Now, hold on, y'all. Women and children are going to be taken care of, all right? Now, on top of that, we got to look at it like this. Like I said, I had to teach a lot of men how to feel better about themselves. And I had to use a woman's selfishness, something that a grievance that they've expressed to me billions of times, that how they need to be more selfish. A selfish man is very attractive to women. Is very attractive to women. You said, broads hate me because I don't want to marry them. It is, you know. Rigel, relax. Stop coming in here pointing fingers. Just relax. You don't even know what you're talking about. Just shut up for 2 seconds and relax. All right. Relax. God damn. Y'all just be coming in y'all just be coming into people's chats and just saying stupid shit. Relax for a second. Figure out where you're at first before you start making stupid ass remarks, please. Alright? So I don't know why people think it's over and where this shit is going, you know? I don't know why they think it's over. Oh, Trump's in office, it's over. You know, slavery's coming back, all of this stuff. It's like, you know, it's the dumbest shit ever. It's the dumbest shit ever. Alright? Women and children are always going to get taken care of. Because you want to know what happens? You want to know what happens? I'm about to say some real shit. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to say some real shit. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to say some real shit. I'm about to say some real shit real quick. Women love arrogant men. That's super cap. Man, you resetting the conversation. That's super cap, Lolly. Women love arrogant men. Bullshit. Some of y'all can't even tell the difference between an arrogant man and a confident one. Women love arrogant men. They want a man that's sure. That's a leader. They love arrogant men. First of all, but I'm going to tell y'all some real shit. Hold on. All right, 1 in the chat. Thank you, Star P. 1 in the chat. All right, now watch this. Watch this. Andre said panel. Yeah, probably later on this month, or if this show gets enough support, you know, if y'all support the show, we can open up a panel. You said, what, I want Kuda to play. We gonna be back, man. We gonna be back on the Xbox. I'm gonna try to make that a fact this holiday. We gonna get right back on the Xbox, man. I'm telling you, I miss video gaming. I miss all of that shit. And now that we back monetized, we gonna be right back on the Xbox. I got you. All right. But this is some real shit. I'm about to tell y'all some real shit. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Why women and children are always going to be taken care of. Because when men vote for other men, or men are pro-men for men, men take care of women and children. No, because I gotta get a monitor and all kinds of stuff, Star P, and I gotta find all these cords and stuff like that to play the Xbox, and then I gotta find time to sit down and chop it up with you guys in gaming. I am about to turn these back. I am about to turn these sessions, these shows back into gaming sessions though. So definitely, because I life was more better just relaxing and playing video games. It's an election year, so y'all know how this goes, all right? But look, now I'm not gonna be looking for my Xbox 2 years from now. Plus, a new console probably be out then. But listen, y'all, when you take care of, listen to this. When you take care of men, you take care of women and children. But when you take care of women and children, men are left out, because the women just think about them and children, not realizing that they're raising young men. But let's get it.
Who decided to support you. Do not get it twisted. You will always lose when you're up against a team, whether that's a family, whether that's in business, anywhere. A team of like-minded individuals who come together to accomplish a goal versus lone wolf mentality, broken families. You will lose against that.
I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna let it ride. Black women, for the next 4 years, we're not coming to nobody's rescue. We not marching on nobody's behalf. We're not doing none of that. We gonna let it ride. Black men, I'm sorry, we ain't got your back. People of color, I'm sorry, we ain't got your back. Because people of color don't even want to be considered people of color. They want to be accepted so bad. So bad.
Man, the people of color are doing the same shit over and 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 over again, okay? Somebody dies, we boo-hoo about something, get together, and then forget the mission. Shout outs to Jacksonville Kid. Jacksonville Kid said, Bernie Sanders said it should come as no surprise that the Democratic Party, and he's a Democrat, by the way. Well, I think what is Bernie Sanders? I thought he was a Democrat when he was running the first time, but I think he's not independent. He's something else. But a Democratic Party which has abandoned the working class people would find that the working class people has abandoned them. Absolutely. 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 Oh, don't say that, War Master. War Master said, Chris G, you touched the Xbox one time more than Kuda. Come on, man. Yeah, Rigel, that's what I'm saying. Like figure out where you at first, and then start making crazy comments, cause we just meeting each other. You don't have to come in here and be insulting people. Just chill out for a second. Let's chop it up. I got you. All right. I'm not a fucked up person. All right, let's get it.
Even when a man tell y'all that y'all are lesser than, y'all still go vote for him. So look, we gonna let y'all figure this out. When it was time for the country to have our back, y'all said, nah, we gonna let that go. So look, us as black people, it's black women who really be the backbone of a lot of things that go on.
You're not supposed to be the backbone. Your men are supposed to be the backbone. Let them lead. See, this is where I have strong opinions when it comes to how a lot of these feminists view leadership. You hear that? We are the backbone. If you have a family, if you're a father, you are the backbone of your family. If you plan to have a family, make sure you find a woman who does not think of the world in this way. And don't listen to the excuses of, I've had to be this way all my life. You need to learn to cooperate with a man. I get it. But this very hateful wishing of death, all this crazy stuff, you will not find any video of me wishing any person I disagree with, man or woman, wishing them death. I don't. Every email that I've gotten from a woman, every DM, every comment of them, even though this channel is for men. But women do watch. They do drink coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Just like the men do. But every woman that's reached out to me and
that's the first time I've ever heard those sound effects.
said, hey, you've helped me see things differently. And they value the content in that way. I'm very appreciative. Chances are, bro, if she's talking like this, she does not qualify to be your piece.
We're gonna let y'all ride for the next 4 years and y'all figure it out, okay? Y'all go figure it out.
And these are not people that you look to even help you with no goddamn you know, these are not people that you look to even help you with no goddamn voting. She's like, I'm not even gonna go march for you. We didn't ask for you to you know, help. Like, you know, it's like the people that you didn't look to is waving their support over you, and it's like, but I didn't ask for you I didn't ask to vote for you, or for you to help me vote, or I didn't ask for your support. Like, what? And this is the crazy thing. Black women, if black men don't vote, black women can still outvote black men because there's more black women on the planet. There's more women on the planet than men. You know? There's more women on the planet than men. Alright, so there's more women on the planet than men. And like I said, they can and will outvote you. But black men stood on business and voted with black women, and this is what we get. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. Why am I complaining about this? Well, I'm not necessarily complaining about this. Play more Xbox, it'll make you feel better. Yeah. Hold on, War Master. You got chill. You got to chill. Oh man. But no, look, listen, y'all. Listen. This is gonna turn a lot of black men's hearts cold towards the sisters. This is gonna turn a lot of men's hearts cold. Of course it's gonna turn their heart cold towards you. It's like, damn, you know, I mean, you know, don't you think, listen, don't you think some of those black dudes are also mad and devastated that Trump didn't win? Don't you think they're mad too? So instead of sharing this moment together with people that voted in your best interest, this is what you do. You talk down to them, you talk crazy to them, wish death upon them. They do need a good reset. I agree with that. They do need a good reset. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on, y'all. Damn, I was gonna say something that I totally forgot. All right, let's get back into this. This is crazy. It's like asking for some shit you didn't. It's like getting shamed for some shit you didn't ask for. And shout outs to the sisters that really support the brothers and held the brothers down, because you want to know why? Them the ones that voted for Trump. Let's get it.
And this really just shows like how big sexism is, misogyny is, because y'all would rather vote for somebody who told y'all that y'all are less than. Y'all would rather vote for somebody who told y'all he doesn't care about y'all, who showed y'all he doesn't care about y'all because he's a man, versus voting for a woman who's very qualified, extremely qualified, probably one of the most qualified people to ever run for president, has done the work. But because she's a woman, and a black woman at that, y'all just couldn't see yourself voting for her. So, look, when something happens...
See, this is the stupid shit on the planet. This is the stupidest shit on the planet. They completely skipped. Let's skip over the 80% and focus on the 20%. Let's skip over that the white collective voted for Trump. That scared the hell out of me. First of all, where the LGBT people coming out talking about that? That's what the hell I want to see. Where are the LGBT people coming out and talking about that? Because honestly, it seems like even white America has rejected, you know, and I ain't even gonna lie. There's a lot of LGBT people. There's a lot of LGBT people that didn't want that type of they didn't want that type of what's the word I'm looking for? They didn't want to be recognized under those conditions, I guess you could say. You know, I do hear what Kamala's talking about, but I don't want her to be the one to do it for us. You know? And honestly, they benefit under Trump because you gotta have a bad guy. You gotta have a bad guy. We live in fucked up times. When bad shit happens, right? When bad shit happens, it's hard for people to convince you that they're not behind it. When we're supposed to be living in decent times and in good times and stuff like that, you know. So you have a lot of people that, you know, they need Trump to solidify, you know, laws and things that they're gonna try to get in the future. They need somebody there to look bad, to look good. How much game have I given y'all on a lot of women and some of the choices and guys that they go after? How much game have I given y'all on a lot of women and some of the choices in the guys that they go after? Some women, a lot of women get behind ain't shit dudes to look like good women, when in actuality both of them ain't shit. A lot of women will get behind ain't shit dudes to look like good women. It's a game. It's how it goes. So who the hell told this lady, oh, well, you know, politically we look to you for salvation? Man, if you don't get the...
That's not right. With police brutality, all of that, I need y'all to be on the front lines, front and center, ready to, you know, cause a ruckus. You know, I need y'all to have that same energy. You get what I'm saying? Because black women, we ain't got it no more. We don't have it.
What's going on, Jay?
We don't have it.
Hold on.
What's your response to that, specifically to black men? I'm clear.
I'm up here trying to fucking multitask. I wasn't even looking at the chat. Shout outs to Jay Green in the building. Good morning. And shout outs to the beautiful, lovely sisters in the building. So it's like they skipped over the white demographic. They're not even, you know. And the crazy thing about this whole shit is that I thought the sisters were gonna perk up and come to the defense when you had all of these other races, you know, going in after the whole Obama stunt. You know, I thought that Obama stunt would have really sparked up Black America, but it didn't. It didn't spark up Black America. It didn't get Black America mad enough to put belt to ass. Other races had to step in and be like, hey, that's not right. Why are you using that man to talk to them people? You know, Why you treating black people like that? You know what's funny? You know what's funny with this whole Kendrick Lamar thing and this whole Kamala, this whole Kamala thing? There was a lot of people that were offended that believed that they were black, or that believed that they had to say something on the behalf of black people, and they themselves believe that they're black. There was a lot of people that was offended by that. You know, so stay woke. There was a lot of people, that were offended by her bringing out Obama. You know what I'm saying? Bringing out Obama and shit like that. They were offended because the fucked up part is that they thought that she was bringing out Obama for them. They thought she was bringing out Obama for them. They're like, oh, hey, here's Obama. And then Obama not even talking to them. He talking to us. And then the fucked up part is that he's listen. There were black men. There were black men in that crowd getting scolded that had the intentions and that did exactly as they were told, that went down there and voted for Kamala. And they got scolded for it. They got scolded for it, man. I said, damn, 83%. That right there. I mean, 80%. There's 83 people here, but my bad. 80%. That right there is crazy. Those black men stood on business. Don't even need this type of response. So
I'm curious, because they're not talking about the black men who voted for Trump. No. This is a message to all black men. The response here that a lot of black women have. What's your response to the whole, we won't march for you, we won't protest for you? Comment down below. Guys, as always, I'm curious to know, what do you think? I appreciate you checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time.
All right. Hold on. Now check this out. Check this out, y'all. Hold on. See if I could go into the property real quick. I'm trying to pull something up, but it's acting up. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Cause there's you got the Young Turks, right? They did a show recently, and they're saying that white women are getting blamed for Kamala, which is crazy because the majority of white men and white women actually voted for her. So I can find this video real quick, y'all. Yo, I heard Ricky Smiley was mad as shit.
is Thailand's leading oil and retail company.
Live from Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Comedy Hype News.
Hold on. This thing won't let me, hold on. This thing won't let me scroll down. Give me 1 second, y'all. What's the name of this video? Okay. Let me do this. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. Let's break
Reporting
this down
live
real quick.
Hyper Clubhouse in Atlanta for Hype Plus News. I'm John Ava. Everyone is still dealing with the results of the 2024 presidential election, which has seen Donald Trump winning, thus becoming the current president-elect for the future 47th president of the United States. Now, just like the election results, the country is split when it comes to their reactions, with the Republicans overjoyed with their selected candidate and Democrats being devastated over the loss of theirs. Many have let their feelings known over social media, including one black woman who has now gone viral for calling out black men for the results of the election, which she appears to partly blame them for the Democrats' election loss. The caption for the video would read, "A black woman gets emotional while blaming black men for Kamala Harris' defeat." She states black men have...
Yo, imagine going viral and being wrong. And people laughing at you and not trying to correct you. Imagine going viral, not even for being wrong. Imagine going viral and being wrong. I'm trying to sound smart.
A hatred for black women. Now, just to make sure we can clarify, she doesn't state that black men have a hatred for black women. It was more so she would say that men in general didn't like women.
I really do not like crying on the internet, but I'm not even about to pretend like this some shit that I'm finna be embarrassed about, bro. Like, I ain't never been so devastated behind an election, and it's just like, when you a black woman surrounded by black men, and they say all this shit like, oh, he's not that bad, and oh, he just hates everyone, bro. Like,
but see, this is the thing. Kamala is the reason why she lost. Kamala is the reason why she lost. Black men aren't the reason why she lost. Kamala is the reason why she lost. And it was an insulting, sloppy campaign. Why get mad at black men for that? But like I said, if you let them tell it, but you didn't show up to go vote, you didn't look out for them, you know, you guys are horrible. And your woman is going viral right now, embarrassing you as a political collective, even if you are even, where are the guys? First of all, that's the better question. Why are all the Trump dudes speaking out? We're the guys that actually voted for Kamala Harris that's upset about this. See, I told you they were simp farming. They were simp farming a bunch of simps. Because honestly, the guys that actually should be fucking mad are the guys that voted for Kamala Harris and the ones that voted, not even the ones that voted for Trump. Honestly, the Trump dudes should be celebrating, which they have been. But the people that should actually be mad are the dudes that voted, the dudes that voted for Kamala. But see, when you simp farm a bunch of voters for whatever bidding you were trying to do, they're not going to be smart enough to clap back. They need to be clapping back towards this type of rhetoric. This shouldn't even happen. They shouldn't have to get on here and say, did you not look at the numbers?
it was my brother homeboy I was talking to the other day, a black man, and I found out that he's a Trump supporter. I'm like, he does not like you. And he was like, oh no, he just don't like everybody. What? So that's a good candidate for you? Someone who just hates everybody? Like what? And crying in my room this morning, my brother gonna come up in here and say, what's wrong with you? Like he can't think of one possible reason why I would be upset right now, bro. These niggas.
Why are you in your room? And then what's wrong with y'all niggas? Why are you crying? Hold on, Smokers Lounge. Hold on. I didn't even see you was in here. It's Nightbot that's doing that. Hold on, y'all. I don't know why this is doing this. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Nightbot got your ass together, Smokers Lounge. Y'all gotta. Did you say something in all caps? Yeah, you know. I mean, that's the thing, man. She's like, I was in my room crying. Why the fuck are you crying? You know. I'm not sure why people are this emotional, but you don't go on an emotional tirade and try to destroy the person that helped you, man. And black men know this all too often. Like, why the hell are you going on an emotional tirade to try to, you know, destroy the you know, the people who helped you, man? Oh, thank you, God. God shows you so much things. Messy politics as usual. Yeah. I'll get that one to you, Val. All right, let's go.
Are so they live on another planet, and it's because none of this shit affects men. That's why men don't talk about nothing that don't directly affect them. If it does not directly affect men, they do not give a.
All right, so voting and just the whole politics don't affect men. The epitome of selfishness. Me. It just affects me. You men don't have to go through it because it don't affect you. What? Huh? Hold on, y'all. Don't get banned yelling what in the chat. I know. It threw me for a loop too. Hold on. Let me don't get timed out. Hold on. Let me try to stop Nightbot. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. I want to do a second show tonight. Well, today for you guys. I got a pre-record coming. I took like a day or two off, but you know I don't really get to take no days off. I spent the whole day studying. Oh shit, my bad, Star P. Damn it. I tried to get Nightbot and it timed out Star P. Hold on, y'all. My bad, Star P. Hold on, y'all. Y'all hit the like button, support the show. Hit the Cash App, Real Rap. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, this thing is going in and out. I know I can get us a better signal later on today for you guys. So today's show won't be having all these dropouts in the Wi-Fi. You know, I'm gonna just use my house Wi-Fi and do that. All right, my bad, y'all. Yeah. Voting don't affect men. You've heard it all officially, y'all. All right, voting doesn't affect men. Got you.
And motherfuckers hating women is the whole reason he got elected in the first place. The first time he got elected, he ran up against.
So, Trump got elected because people hate women.
Woman. Second time he ran up against a man, and it wasn't even a good candidate, and he lost. He ran up against a woman again, and he.
So it has to be women.
Won, because y'all just can hate women. That's all it is. We couldn't even get a white lady in office. Of course they wouldn't go vote for no fucking black lady. And it's like people just, either people don't give a fuck or they're genuinely not grasping how this shit is. And it's just like somebody commented on my last video when I was like in the club, we all crying, talking about, oh, y'all are so dramatic. Dramatic? This is dramatic? Like, this is an extreme underreaction. Dramatic would be marching down to that White House and burning that bitch down. That's dramatic. You don't want to see dramatic. This is nothing. Like, we are.
And I feel so bad because, you know, I believe in the you're a victim. I believe in you know, the black nuclear family. I want to restore it. I believe in marriage. I think us as black people, we're some of the most smartest people on the planet. But Lord have mercy, when I see stuff like this right here, this takes the cake. This takes the cake, y'all. This takes the cake. And then let me tell y'all something else on top of this. Because there's a lot of beautiful, smart black women. But this is not just black women. It's a lot of women in general. Because I know a lot of sisters, and they're here in this chat room, that know what the fuck they talking about. Smart as a whip. And yeah, you know, they know what's going on in the world. They're not offended by everything that they hear or see, right? But the government, the reason why the government treats them like shit or put them through shit or have them on the program is because even the government don't want to put up with their stupidity. The government doesn't even want to deal with the stupidity. But the fucked up part is that the government farmed and created half this shit. You know? The government would be like, bless your soul. Vote for me, though. That's what the government will be like. The government will be, they will hear Women say some dumb shit, and the government will be like, bless your soul, but still vote for me because you're one of our products. You believe in Santa Claus. You know? For Santa Claus to be relevant and certain things and stuff to be relevant, belief needs to be there. Some people in the religious sectors may call it fate, but the belief got to be there. These are the people that believe in the government. These are people that believe in, I don't even know if it's democracy, but hey, you know, I can't tell you what to believe in. But they can tell you what to vote. I mean, they can tell you to go vote. They can tell you who you should vote for. You know? People need foolish people around for whatever agenda they're trying to get off the ground. I'm going to say that again. People need foolish people around for whatever agenda they're trying to get off the ground. Alright? Let's get it. Finish this up. Quick show today, y'all.
We're literally doomed for the next 4 years at the very least.
Now, after seeing the video, most social media users were not on the woman's side, claiming her argument is factually incorrect. One social media user would respond by writing, "How is it black men's fault? Was it voted for Kamala? White women are the surprise when we are discussing control of one's body." One more social media user would debunk the woman's theory while offering their own perspective on why Kamala Harris lost the election. I hope before the election we start ignoring dumb shit like this, because I'd rather not spend the rest of my life watching Democrats lose as we flail around blaming shit the factual numbers don't even support. It's not because of sexism. She was the vice president of a president with a 43% approval rating, while people are starving and ran against a Republican everyone thinks sent them money. Another social media user would jump in the debate by writing, "The sad thing is, even if you showed her the statistics, she still blamed black men. Even though black men..."
She's looking at the statistics. They overlooked that 80% for the 20%. You can't make this shit up.
And women voted Democrat overwhelmingly, more than anyone else, of how media and social media brainwashes people. Professor and comedy hype analyst Marcus Board will go on to chime his reaction to this latest video.
Harris lost, and 71 million people voted for Trump. So now everybody's asking the question of whose fault it is. I got some answers for you. Can't blame black men. Same percentage of black people that voted for the last 7 Democratic candidates voted for Kamala Harris. So it's not that. A lot of people want to blame Latinos right now. They're saying, oh, the Latinos let us down. They believe in racism. Not true. The reality is a lot of the Latinos are saying this person put forward a vision for the economy and the other party didn't. So like at some point we got to start talking about how the campaign failed to garner the votes, to get people to actually show up and talk about what happened. The other thing people are saying is that we need to blame racism. We need to blame misogyny, which of course, right? Racism and misogyny aren't going anywhere. Racism and misogyny aren't going anywhere, but are we going to really pretend that the Democratic Party is some type of bastion of freedom, right? So like if people are deciding between one explicitly racist party whose vision does suggest that they don't give a damn about what's going on in the world, or another party that didn't really give you a vision beyond, hey, we're not going to do what they're doing, then yeah, you haven't really sold me on anything. You didn't give me something to believe in. And that's why so few people turned out for this election, for the presidency. That's why we saw sweeping losses in the House and in the Senate, right? And so this idea now that we're living in a country that is suddenly back to racism is the wrong read. What you actually need to be saying is, haven't we been living there the whole time? This country is built on racism. And when racism fails, they have the Senate, they have the Supreme Court, they have the Electoral College, and they have the stock exchange. All these ways to tell you, hey, don't play too much with our money or else we're going to change things. We're going to stop it. We're going to keep you from having anything you want because we get to shape it. So the question we have for you then is, in a settler colony like the United States, the foundation built on chattel slavery, if elections aren't the way to get through, What are
You're trying to talk to people that never been through any of that shit. Like they've never been through any of that shit, and they're trying to weaponize it and use it against black men, and they don't give a fuck about slavery or his story.
Let me know. Marcus Board here with Comedy Hype. Talk to you soon.
This is my salary for my online job that I have working for a USA-based company. And I'm not from the US, I'm from Portugal. Getting a job.
Now, as the final votes for the 2024 presidential election were being counted, voter demographics were released to the public and began circulating on social media. When it comes to sex by race, according to the exit polls reported by NBC News, black men and women are the two largest groups to vote Democrat this past election, with 91% of black women voting blue and 77% of black men doing the same. Now, aside from the Latino women, every other recorded voting demographic would primarily vote Trump, with white men being the largest demographic at 60%. Latino men and white women would follow with 55% and 53% respectively. As the public becomes more familiar with the 2024 voter demographics, folks on social media would realize the voters that were really responsible for Donald Trump's victory. One user on social media would write, "Black people are the only, and I mean only, minority group that didn't disappoint." Another social media user would share a meme of a man laughing with a caption that said, "Latinos and white women watching y'all blame."
Oh, that's funny as hell.
One more user would write, "To think MSM spent all of that time naming, shaming, and blaming black men, and it was Latinos the whole time who deserved that spotlight." With this information, it looks like white and Latino men are the most to blame for Kamala Harris's loss in this election. Not too long ago, blacks for Trump seemed to be a narrative overtaken by mainstream media, even with Barack Obama going as far as calling out black men for hesitating to vote for Harris. This narrative, as you can see, would turn out to be false once the actual numbers were released. So what do you think about this black woman's reaction to Kamala Harris's loss? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoy this story, don't forget you can send us a super thanks by...
Alright, y'all. We're going to be back on later on today. Y'all make sure y'all support the show on air, off air, if you care, anywhere. Thank you so much for everybody that hit the like button, shared the show, support the show. We will be right back. It's Player Talk Radio. I am DJ Kuda. Good morning.